So the outside of the store, there is even a little Sherman tank. Now, why is that? Overloon was actually a big battle location during World War II. And if I zoom in, it's there actually, the entrance. And behind is the forest. Well worth a visit. If you're ever nearby, well worth a visit. Very recommended. So the store that I'm visiting actually today, so I'm not here to talk about World War II or museums or anything else. We're visiting today the little store here. It's called Plien Modelbouw. And speelgoed and souvenirs and so on. So it's a very tiny souvenir shop. And tiny is not a bad thing. It's actually a very cozy little shop. They have always rare diecast, model kits, and you name it. A lot of military stuff, of course, because of the museum. But I just asked the owners if I could have a little film. I come here quite often, so it was fun to visit the store, and very friendly owners. So well recommended if you're ever visiting or visiting the museum nearby here in Overloon, Netherlands. Visit the shop also. So we're going to go inside, going to have a look what's today there, and see if there's anything fun we can find. So first off, the etalage outside. So the display cabinets, they're always filled with interesting little models. So often you also find model kits here that are already pre-assembled. There's even a little Franklin Mint here, Tornado 1/48 scale. Some models used and also new, but always a very wide range of different type of helicopters and planes that you can find here, which is very cool. Also some information on where now emergency landings took place and crashes and so on, from which planes. So it's always fun to look up if you're ever nearby here. Again, recommend it. And also here in the corner I see even a Hobby Master hanging on the ceiling. It's a 1/32 scale Dauntless. Bit of an interesting hanging way, but it's hanging quite securely, I think. But that's not the only one. So there's a lot of glass shelves. So it's a small building, but it's very well displayed. There's also some vintage stuff, vintage toys and so on. Wooden toys, diecast toys, and even some other knickknacks, like here, the Smurfs in the corner. Also some planes hanging from the ceiling. We'll see those in a sec, which are really cool. Some more display cabinets, a lot of displays with scenery in it and so on, very cool. But also some rare die-cast cars and all sorts of scales from Herpa and other brands, such as Dinky Toys. There are also some dioramas again. Really cool one here with a little maintenance theme. See if I can zoom in a little bit for you guys so you can see it. And also here, so a lot of cool little knickknacks from all sorts of things. Here also on the outside again, a lot of model kits and you name it. So that's always very cool when you're visiting. And here also some more toys. So let's go and have a look inside and see what they got. So one mention that I want to do, please check the store opening times. So they have specific months and times where they're open, but also some public holidays that they are closed. So be sure to check it out. They have a website here, but also on Google you can find them super easily. Now, starts away right with good music. So a lot of model kits here on the top. So a wide range of armor kits and so on, you name it. Very cool. Even a nice model kit Mustang here hanging. A B-type. But also a lot of hanging model aircraft here. Even an Antonov here. A very large one. Mira. It's very cool. So yeah, you name it, they got it. It's very cool. Also some more rarities, so like tin soldiers and so on. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit on the tin soldiers. You don't see them often, which is cool. But as you can notice in the music, it's fun. Like fun to visit and well worth your time. Even a very old matchbox stand here with military vehicles in it. A lot of them. So yeah, you name it, they got it. It's very cool. Here another display cabinet. And it's display cabinet, a lot of rare vintage, even from the United Nations. A little DDR Kugelwagen, but also some more dioramatic with people on it and so on.
Dankjewel.
So a lot of small armor and all sorts of scales, which is really cool. So you have a really wide range of different vehicles. Feel free to let me know if you guys see something. I'm quite good priced also, so that's quite fun. So these are more plastic and these are like metal kit ones. Even little toy planes from back in the day. But also what they're quite known for, and which I always like, they have variations of little shells and so on with little die-cast models, which is really nice. So for everyone there is something which makes it extra fun. Also here like figures and cars and you name it, or parts. So if you're looking for specific parts, which is really nice always, you can actually find that here. A lot of die-cast military, of course, and you name it. But also a variation of paints. So for a quite seemingly small shop, you have still a very lot of choice, which is extra nice. Some more hanging model kits, and even up there in the ceiling you'll find more model kits. It's impressive. So a very big range. Some more die-cast little cars, some Formula 1 cars, motorcycles, Next models here from diecast, from Welly. Welly is always a good brand, nothing wrong with that. And then of course little corgis here and Merits, so also fun to see. Also a lot of 1/72 scale vehicles, and you name it, they got it. It's quite cool to have a look here and dig around what you can find. Some more model kits, some more model kit working stuff. Let's see if I can get my camera back. Some bigger Franklin Mint models, 1/48 scale. Also some Forces of Valor, 1/32 scales. And some CQs and so on. Here are two more of those bigger Franklin Mints, B25 and B24. And of course a lot of armor again, which is really nice. A little older corgi kit from the British Legion, always nice to see. And then some corgi 144 scale. And again a lot of military vehicles and transport vehicles. So a very wide range. And some older dinky toys and corgi toys. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up a little bit in between so you guys can just have a look. So even the shop display at the front here, at the cash register, there is a lot of vintage here. And yeah, you can name it, they got it. It's really cool. There's also a lot of diorama material, pre-built and so on. It doesn't really matter. But also here from Mini Champ, a flak cannon. Dat wordt T-34. Even here, like little tanks and so on, little armor. But also down there again. So a very bright mix of things. And you even see here like a little old dinky toy artillery piece. Really cool. Little helicopters and so on. Other artillery pieces here. But also, as I mentioned in the beginning, I like little tin soldiers. Actually funny, these are Dutch soldiers here that you see. With a music core with it. And here's some more modern Corey armor. Which is actually super cool to see.
Ja, ik weet niet. Je kan gewoon voor je woord staan.
And more armor. And even some spacecraft. Like Apollo and Saturn. Even a Sputnik, I think. Some more military ships. And some more soldiers. Alrighty guys, so a quick outro film just to give you guys a bit of an impression like what's inside of the store. It looks small from the outside, but inside it's a treasure cave filled with diecast and other cool military models, but also normal vehicles. And yeah, well worth a visit, that's for sure. But feel free to enjoy this walkout. Alrighty guys, so that was the visit to Plien Hobby Shop in Overloon, so Plien Modelbouw as we would say in the Netherlands. Yeah, well worth a visit if you're ever nearby. For sure if you're visiting a museum, I'll show you the entrance of the museum also in a second where you can park easily for visiting the shop. The opening times, as I mentioned, please have a look at the beginning of the video again. They have some special opening times sometimes, so please be careful with that. But for the rest, two very passionate people you will find here that love hobby and as much as us, and that are into diecast and other rare stuff that you will not find somewhere else. So for sure, we're visiting Overloon. Check it out and see you next time, guys. Thank you. So as for parking, you can park nicely next to the museum ground. If you hit it up, you can find it easily in the system. And then when you make your walk, you will go past the Overloon gate. So when you're leaving Overloon Museum, you can actually go straight away to the left. And there are some nice little restaurants. And of course, also there in the corner, that little pointy building that you see right over there, that's Plien. So thank you guys and bye-bye.